All right, here we go. Let's just get this going right now and get this started. Remember, as always, remember this one thing. Today is the 3rd of November, 2022. I think I'm going to share this one on what is that? YouTube. I didn't upload yesterday's on YouTube, but remember this. Remember this. I haven't updated these support resistance target areas in a while, but it doesn't really matter. Remember this one thing. That's the title of today's video essay, I guess. It's remember this one thing. See, a lot of people will be panicking and whatnot, but what we have to recall is that as long as you follow the trend, you follow your methodology until something changes, you won't panic. Sometimes you will be right. Sometimes you will be wrong. There are many people that change day to day to day. And I got to be honest, that's a very stressful way to do things in an already stress-filled field, right? It's already stressful. So if you're gonna already have some stress in your life, why don't you just simplify it? You have yourself a plan. And in this case, I have myself a general shape. Not saying it's going to be exactly like this. It could go down right here and then come up. It could just last like here. It could last to December because of whatever the angle is. It could go like this and then it goes up. Maybe it lasts. I doubt it, but maybe the angle lasts all the way until January and goes up. But the general shape is that I'm looking at this to go up from here. And will it go this high? That's a good question. I think it will. I'm not drawing this to scale, but I think it will. And I think if it does go that high, that just depends. Are we forming a giant bear flag right here that we just break to the downside? Or is this going to be what I looked at before and I say, hey, look, this is likely the bottom area. Now for Bitcoin, I'm a little bit less certain that Bitcoin is the bottom, but I am more convinced that the total cryptocurrency market cap, the total minus Bitcoin and the total minus Bitcoin and Ethereum are at where we're at a bottoming area. And the reason being is because look at this. I'm looking in it, and you guys know I've drawn this before. So apologize, you guys, for the air conditioner in the background. But I've already drawn this out before. Here's 1 trillion, and we're pretty much bouncing up and down, accumulating over 1 trillion, a psychological barrier. This is the total market cap. I've done this circle right here, or the shape way back over here. Where is it at? Right over here. Somewhere in the 2nd or 3rd week of September. And I didn't do it for the actual size. It's not drawn to shape. It's not drawn to shape. Now, if this happens to be right here and it actually perfectly fits, wow. Wow. That's all I got to say. Now, again, we're accumulating around another psychological barrier, the 5 for the total market cap minus Bitcoin. Then when we have it minus Bitcoin and Ethereum, now it seems like we are accumulating around the 3, which is another psychological barrier for people. So it seems like this is confirming on 3 different scales, 3 different charts that we look like we're on the bottom. Now, when I look at Bitcoin, going back to that, because a lot of people I'm already saying, look, Bitcoin doesn't necessarily control the market anymore. It's more or less, it's the, when you're losing, you're in the lead and then the people behind you are catching up or you're slowing down. Maybe you could feel yourself slowing down. Maybe you don't feel that they're catching their momentum. That's what's happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, unlike a person, when you're in the middle of a 5K or a 10K or a marathon, and you're all the way just blowing people out. Maybe you're just blowing people out. And then and you've seen this at the Olympics, somebody goes in the lead, they're in the lead, the rest of the field is chilling back, and then somewhere they just slowly start trying to overtake that person. And this is kind of what's happening to Bitcoin. Will it happen over 5 years? Yeah. Will it happen over 20, 30, 40, 50? But But it looks like because it's less than 50% of the market cap, yeah, it's the major one. But I've started to see that Bitcoin doesn't have complete control like what people are looking at. Okay, so we just got to keep that in mind. Remember this one thing, and that one thing is to follow the trend and your plan until it breaks. Until that breaks, you follow your plan until you are incorrect. Not financial advice. This is for educational purposes. Obviously, you got to read the disclaimer below. But if I uploaded this on our Telegram group, then obviously you guys know the disclaimer and everything. But just for the newer people that may watch this, look, this is for educational purposes. And oh yeah, and by the way, check out cryptochatafrica.com. Go over to our shop. We actually got something, or if not, you come over to our Crypto Chat Africa Discord or Telegram. And then we actually have a holiday Black Friday special going on for those down and dirty investors. If you want the all-star group, that's still that normal one. We got the lifetime for that. That is actually cheaper than the yearly. So if you don't want to get the yearly, which is $5,000 a year, you go ahead and get the lifetime at $12.99, or you can get the down and dirty investors, or daddy, I guess. That's how people were shortening it up. You can get that group. It's going for $23 a month, $45 a month with extras, or you get the 2-year, which is $408. All right, for 2 years. That comes out to, I think, $17.5 a month or $17.9, something like that. But you got to pay the whole 2 years at once. So that's $408, or you pay monthly, either $23 or $45, and you can see the details for that. Just come in our Telegram or Discord. You can ask about how to get those groups right there. And that's for the more beginners. You're looking at trying to get a 10x, right? You're trying to get a 10x in this market, right? If you're looking at a 50x, 100x, 1000x, or whatever, well, 50x is the other group. But if you're looking at those larger ones, then you're going to go there. So let's get back here, as that was a short commercial break. Follow your plan. So my plan right now is that this is going to do the here. Because somebody asked me today, what about the news? What about this? People are talking about the Fed and all of these things. And I'm like, look, until it plays out, cool. Because guess what else? Let's turn this one off. Oops, I locked it. Let's go back here. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Oh, yeah, it's perpetual. Let's go over to Bitstamp, my favorite one to go to because it has the ultimate history of Bitcoin. Now, back here, this was the news. This was the news. This is what happened with the news. Backed launched right here. I had already seen that this was a downtrend. It was either the 23rd or the 24th. It was at night. So, oh, yeah, it might have been already. Yeah, it might have been the 23rd. You know how these candles are, UTC, compared to where you are in the world. But yes, this was the day, that 24-hour period. This was one candle. Imagine that as one. That Backed had launched. And then it was like, wow, Bitcoin's not doing anything. Now, Backed might have launched on the 21st, to be fair. Oh, yeah, that was a Saturday. Yeah, it was on a Sunday or a Saturday, one of those two. And it was like, yeah, Bitcoin's not doing anything, guys. Look, you could have told that right here. You could have told where the trend is going here. But people thought that because it was this dump and then it got bought up. And it's like, no, this got bought up before it dumps. Right? They are accumulating right here. It's a lower high, lower high, lower high, same low, which means it's most likely going to dump down. So we came in there with that assumption until we're proven wrong. See, stick to the plan until it's proven wrong. Right? If we went in there with the assumption that it's going down, we're going to go short, which is what we did. Or we're going to wait to buy because some people don't do leverage or margin or anything like that. And then there you go. Then once it plays out into the pocket or area that you want, then you could come and buy it up. Right? But until you're proven wrong, follow the plan. But that was the news right here. Now, some people say buy the rumors, sell the news type of thing. Even more simple than that. Even more simple, right? Because some news pumps, right? Some news pumps the market. But see, people's minds are convenient. We forget things that don't confirm our bias. Sometimes, if we're going to do that, pick a bias that helps you trade, right? Pick a bias that helps you trade, at least. Because the buy the rumor, sell the news. All right, cool. What happens in a bull market? What happens in the bull market? Is the news really dumping the crypto? I guess if you do a day trading thing in the middle, it might. But how many times have we seen something in 2020, 2019 toward the tail end? Wait a minute. No. Not the tail end. Yeah, tail end of 2019, tail end of 2020. I guess it matches up at the tail end of the year, right? Tail end of 2019, I think that was going into a dump, actually. Yeah, it kind of went sideways. It was a dump, but certain things were pumping. So tail end of 2020, tail end of 2021 until December. But those 3 months before that, it's just like, yeah, in a bull market, the news, is it really being sold? Okay, great. How many times do news articles come out and it doesn't go with that buy the rumor, sell the news? Is it the first time it happens? Is it the first or the second day? Is it the third day? Remember the buy the dip thing? Okay, here we go. All right, here, I guess it dipped. You could say that buy the dump is what I like to use, so it's more accurate. Okay, now you bought that. That's the second time. Maybe it's 3 technically here if you look at it from that perspective. 4 times you buy the dip. 5 times you buy the dip. Then it goes down. Then you keep buying. Then it goes down. Keep buying. Then it goes down. Okay, now when do you stop buying the quote dip? Now here it is. I guess buy the dip. Buy the dip. It works. Buy the dip. Buy the. Okay, you keep buying the dip, but you averaged up now because you bought down here, but now you're buying higher and higher and higher. You haven't taken profits because buy the dip doesn't say buy the dip, sell, take profits. It's buy the dip. People just give you phrases and catchphrases. So use what works, a bias at least that works. Because when, oh yeah, I have a phrase that I think Tone Vase. There we go. Now I remember that guy. I actually appreciate Tone Vase's TA. That was one of the 2 guys that I have to appreciate. Shout out to him. Now, I haven't seen him I don't think I've seen anything about him since 2019, to be honest. I just stopped paying attention to other people. But if he's done anything different from that, he got in a controversy, I can't endorse that. But from what I can remember of him, Tone Vase, pretty decent. Now, the best time to buy is all-time high. I got that from him. Now, here's the caveat with that. The first time it hits the all-time high might be the best time to buy. Maybe the second time. Remember, Bitcoin was all-time high was 1,000, roughly. We know it wasn't technically 1,000, but let's go with it. Okay, all-time high is here. It went down. All-time high got hit again another time or here and there. Okay, all-time high dumped, all-time high dumped, all-time high, and then it dumped. We're only going to count the times it dumps and it didn't stop. It stopped the momentum. Dumped here. So I think that's about what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's so hard to say. That might be 10. It might be 10 and 11. But let's keep that in mind. 10. So that might be 10, 11, 12. That's going up still. Since that wick faked people out, 13, 14. Okay, 15, you got effed. So you see that best time to buy is all-time high. Now, if you don't use it with the methodology that works, then you just keep buying. You just keep buying and buying and buying. But best time to buy is all-time high, especially when you're on a momentum trade. Maybe you got leverage that's safe leverage. And you look at it and say, how long did it take for us to go from this all-time high to over here? If we hit it right here, most likely it's gonna. That's what I even said myself. I'm like, yeah, it's probably gonna get back down to the 16s. What did we do, or at least myself? Buy back there. Unfortunately, my dumb self sold when it got to 28 because I'm like, okay, yeah, it's gonna get here and then it's gonna come back down, and it really just didn't. It kind of did, but it didn't. I looked at it. Did you know? I'm not even going to bring that up. That's side subject. So, guys, I covered the topic today. Just remember this one thing. You stick to your plan until it doesn't work anymore. Okay? Stick to the plan until it doesn't work anymore. You can sleep easy. You can rest up nice. And then you can say, wow, this world is just so easy. Do you know how easy it's easier to scalp if you know the general direction of the market? And when I say no, that means from your perspective, where you have high confidence, not necessarily know for sure. Nothing we know in life happens for sure except death. And then some people argue over what death is and whatever. Let's stop getting in cutting hairs or splitting hairs here. Nothing for certain in life except death. Okay. So there you go. Stick to your plan. That's it. Let's go back over here. Let's check this one more time. So my plan is Bitcoin's going to do something like this, and then it's going to take off, relatively speaking. But it's going to do this, and it's going to go toward the up direction. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're not already here on Telegram or wherever that is, the Telegram links are below. So check out the Telegram link. Oh, yeah. And also, by the way, join our Discord. Remember, we got that special that's going on for our Down and Dirty Investors group. So go ahead. It's $23 a month, $45 a month, normally $90, right? Normally $90, or you can get it for a year at $960. But instead, we got the 2-year for this Black Friday. It's at $408. So instead of paying $960 per year, you're now paying $408 for the first 2 years. So that's 2 years, not per year. It's not $408 a year. It's technically $204 a year, but it's $408 charged at once for 2 years. So it's kind of like a market cycle special. Go ahead and check that out. Here we go. Hold on just a second. As I always do, you guys know what I do here. For the people that are familiar, I'm going to bring up this. Nah, it's okay. Catch you all on the next one. Peace.